Yo, thanks for tuning in to B-Boy Tech Report. Before I get started, I want to tell you to make sure you stop by the website, browse around. There's a whole lot of stuff up there on the site you may not even know. There's interviews with people like Roger Lynn, Dave Smith, interviews with people that used to be the product manager for Akai way back in the day when they first did the MPC 62 and the MPC 60 and MPC 3000. So there's a lot of good stuff up there that, you know, may help you with your appreciation for what we do as beat makers. That is the purpose of B-Boy Tech Report. Make sure you follow me on Twitter, like me on Facebook. Be sure to support what we do, because as we do what we do, we'll be giving back to you. Even got a cool ticket giveaway coming up pretty soon, but I won't get into that right now. What I'm coming to you to talk to you about tonight is the iRig Keys Pro keyboard. Boom. iRig Keys Pro. iRig Keys Pro. Something about IK Multimedia, what they do with their products is they make them at reasonably priced, right? So they're not necessarily made like a tank, so I wouldn't go kicking this around in a duffel bag. But the cool thing about it is they're mobile ready. Like if you're a mobile musician, this is what iRig Keys Pro is about, or IK Multimedia in general. That's what they're all about. You may remember what I did before. I reviewed the iRig Keys. The iRig Keys is a lot smaller, so let's see just how small that is. That's how much smaller the iRig Keys is. So the iRig Keys is about the size of the key bed on the iRig Keys Pro. So let me just explain a little bit about the differences, because I'll tell you, the differences really are nothing more than size. It has all the same buttons. It has the volume knob. It has the pitch and mod wheel. It has the same amount of keys, it's just that they're bigger keys. So I'm gonna put the iRig Keys away, but make sure you check out the review for that I did a little while back. Okay, so now getting back into the iRig Keys Pro. The iRig Keys Pro is just like a big brother to the iRig Keys. It's still pretty lightweight. I think they said it's something like 45% lighter than the average keyboard controller. Listen, I can hold this up all night long. I can toss it around. It's really lightweight. It's sort of plasticky, but this ain't meant to be made like a tank. This is something you use on the road. Throw it in your duffel bag. This is something you use. You could throw it into your carry-on. Easy to take with. It doesn't weigh anything. However, it does have a little bit of a plasticky feel. Right? It has a little bit of a plasticky feel, but like I said, some things are meant to be made like a tank where you can kick it around. This is not really that device. However, it's travel friendly, and although it won't fit in the standard size book bag, you can still rock with it. It comes with sample tank free and iGram piano free, and it also comes with sample tank, I think they call it sample tank 2L. That's for your actual computer. So you get some stuff with this. Now, what's different? I said that before, but now we're gonna get into what's different. It still has all the same stuff, mod wheel, pitch wheel, all that stuff. It has the volume control, that's the same. It has these buttons so you can do your program changes. You can actually do your program changes right from here. So when you use iGram piano, or when you use if you have electric piano, any of the IK Multimedia stuff, you can actually do program changes from here. And it does all the CC stuff, so you know you can go even further to program it for other stuff. I've used it with other apps too. So it's not only proprietary that you can only use it with IK Multimedia apps, but there's a tight integration with IK Multimedia apps. So that's what's dope about that. Getting back to the buttons, you have a set button here, also the same on the smaller brother, the iRig Keys. That'll let you store different presets, and then you have the typical octave up and down, and those are soft buttons. They're pretty comfy to hit. It would be dope if they had pads. 8 pads. That would be really dope if they had 8 pads right across there. But while we're talking about stuff that it doesn't have, let me also talk about the back of this joint. Somebody brought to my attention that it doesn't have the 5-pin DIN MIDI connections on the back. It doesn't have 8 pads, or any pads for that matter, and it doesn't have a regular 5-pin MIDI DIN. But let me tell you what it comes with. Comes with these 3 connectors. You know about the software already, but it comes with these 3 cables here. Lightning connector for the newer iOS devices. You also got the 30-pin for the older iOS devices, and you have the USB for your computer connection. It has the typical USB symbol. You'll see it off to the left side. And then there is one connector on the back that I'll show you. And you can connect both of the iOS cables there. On the end of that iOS cable, it's the same connector for both of them that goes to the back of the iRig keys. That makes it pretty simple, so you don't have a bunch of connections on the back of there, but one of them will work with either the 30-pin or the Lightning. So let's talk about the Lightning. The Lightning connector. If memory serves me correct, and correct me if I'm wrong, which I know there's comments right down there, so you can jump on the comments and let me know what you think. But if memory serves me correct, I think this is the only keyboard controller that you don't need the Apple camera kit in order to connect it to your iOS device and be able to control it. This, you don't need that, because like I said, you have the 30-pin connector and the Lightning connector. Straight up and down, this Lightning connector connects directly to your iPad or iPhone. The 30-pin connector for older iOS devices connects directly to it. You don't need anything else. So let me just tell you about what I think the value in this is. When you want to get into iOS synths and you don't have a keyboard controller, or you're traveling, you may have a keyboard controller, you're traveling and you don't want to take a bunch of extra stuff or be in danger of forgetting something, then you want something like the iRig Keys Pro, because that's giving you those 37 full-size keys, not miniature keys like its little brother, the iRig Pro, but then you don't have to carry the camera kit. So that's one more thing that you don't have to worry about forgetting. It connects directly to your iOS device. That's what's up with the iRig keys. So yeah, like I said, it has the connectors on the back. Another connector I'd like to tell you about is the pedal, the sustain pedal, foot pedal. It has that connector right on the back of there too. So this is a simple device, but it has some really useful features, and I think this is probably going to go a long way with a lot of cats, those who want the full-size keys. I think it has pretty decent action on it. It's very lightweight feeling. The action on it is kind of almost like a feather touch, but it's still a synth action. And hey, like I said, it's kind of lightweight and plasticky, but then it's lightweight. That is the feature. The plasticky part is kind of like a byproduct of that feature. So at any rate, it's not poorly made. It's well made. It's just not like a metal construction or anything. And that's what you want when you want something that goes into your bag and flies away with you. And speaking about bag, there's an iRig Keys Pro bag. Jump on the website to the iRig Keys Pro product page, and you'll be able to see a little more about the bag. So that's what's up with the iRig keys. I think it's a dope buy. It's a great compliment to anybody that wants to, be travel worthy and have something very lightweight that they can play on. And here's the other thing about this travel friendly controller. It's travel friendly and it's got 37 full-size keys. Why do I keep saying that? Because the significance is you have 3 octaves that you can play in. So you can run your hands across, your right hand across the higher 2 octaves, and then play with the steady stuff with your other hand. So anyway, you can play with both hands is basically what I'm saying. Not too many other keyboard controllers you could do that with, because when it's like 25 keys, you're kind of stuck in that certain space. But also you got the octave keys, so you can go up and down in the octaves, and it's I think it's dope that you can get those full-size keys and it still be as portable as its little brother. So what's the price? I don't know. Check it out right here. Boom, that's the price. So yeah, this is the iRig keys. I'll give it a iRig Keys Pro. I give it pretty good marks because it accomplishes what it needs to accomplish. It doesn't have the 5-pin DIN. Well, it's not that type of piece. This is a more forward-thinking piece because it's made for the mobile musician, the person that has mobile devices and app sense and soft sense. So using that kind of train of thought, I guess they thought they didn't really need to go into that. And then there's a trade-off, which plays into the features, which is a good thing. That trade-off that I'm speaking of is it's probably the only keyboard that you can connect directly to your iOS device with a cable that comes with it. You don't have to think about that other stuff that you might lose with another keyboard controller that you want to connect to your iPad or whatever. So yo, that's the iRig Keys Pro by IK Multimedia. Go check it out. Be sure to stop by the site. My name is Corey, or you can call me Fashara or B-Boy Tech. I don't really care what you call me. Just stop by the site, bboytechreport.com, and stay tuned. We got a lot of great stuff coming up for you 2014. All right, peace.